And so he was telling me about it, and he said, you know, it's kind of cool. It's a second act. Now we're going to do 3 acts. You know, he didn't know that when he made Star Wars. And second act's always the easy part. You know, you don't have to wrap anything up. Everything's left hanging. That's the most fun there is, writing the second act. And he said, we're going to have this little character, and he's got big ears, and we got to figure out a way for him to, you know, he's sort of a Zen master. But we needed a way for him to talk that is unusual. And we talked about things, you know, you should talk backwards, and, you know, gets things out of order, and that was fun. Just creating something, just total fun. It wasn't really based on anything except, because you knew that you wanted the basic truths that he was going to be telling. You know, were pretty simple, and they're out of all religions, and certainly I had a little background in Zen. And then he said, and you know, Darth Vader is Luke's father. And I said, no.
And I actually love Mel, and to his credit, he's not in any way what he's. I know it offends a lot of people to even talk about him being in movies now. I'm still a huge Mel Gibson fan. I'm not a fan of the character work that they did in the later movies, because literally they save a cat in number 3. And it sort of becomes this sort of thing where I think by 4 they were even having trouble showing up for work because they wanted to generate real characters, and the scripts weren't letting them. Vulnerability, it seems to me, is very important, because vulnerability implies 2 things. You'll see what the character's really about if you glimpse those moments in which they're most vulnerable. Also, it shows you what they're going to try to erect a wall against, and what they're going to, the ways in which they try to hide from you, their vulnerable spots, their weak points, is what's interesting.
When I was 19, I did a guy in Laos from 1,000 yards out. A rifle shot in high wind. Maybe 8 or even 10 guys in the world could have made that shot. It's the only thing I was ever good at. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I see you. Hey, Riggs.
Yo.
You really like my wife's cooking?
No. See you tomorrow.
Basically, the thing that separates a writer from other people is we're all surrounded by this stuff, and everyone here, and these walls and those lights. But if you want to write, you have to start distilling. You just have to start selecting what you're going to pay your attention to. And from all the sort of chaos that swirls around you, you end up making a slice of your reality, of your story. Out of all that happens to you, you've kind of boiled it down to what you want to see and the point you want to make. And hopefully it feels honest and true, and not manipulative. For me, it's a process of day by day, combating the part of my mind which is waiting just to tear this down, that I don't deserve this. There's a shaming part of me, and I think a lot of writers have this because it's what you're trying to exercise in a way or you wouldn't have been a writer. I liken it to, say, walking a path like this aisle right here, and off to this side is the light, and off to this side are the dark woods, and as you walk that path, there's, in the woods, hey, look over here, hey, they're trying to whisper to you, and you can't look. You have to go straight ahead. If you look, if you engage them, if you meet their eye, they'll drag you in. So keeping your own personal demons at bay, to me, is a process of just letting the story be so exciting that it deserves to be told regardless of whether you're a dickhead writing it. You know?
Yeah, who the hell are you and stuff?
I'm just here to tell the story. I'm not here to take the credit. You know? God takes the credit because the story existed already.